Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Castles today. In this beautiful Monday afternoon, we have some softball to bring to you guys. We got the Sterling Lady Knights going against the Collingswood Panthers. 73 degrees and sunny outside today, a perfect day for some softball and a perfect day for these two rivalry. Sterling is 3-2 in the last 5 meetings against Collingswood, losing the last 2. Collingswood is 2-3 in the last 5 games. Their wins came over Mapleshade and Haddonfield, and Sterling is 1-4 in the last 5 games with wins over Paulsboro. Collingswood is 8-10, 1-5 in the Colonial Liberty. Head coach is Rick Pence, and last year they were 9-14, 4-11 in Colonial Liberty. Their starting pitcher for today will be junior Piper Wright. She has 105.1 innings pitched with 91 hits allowed, 49 total runs, 33 of them earned, 203 strikeouts on the season, and a 2.19 ERA. And Brian, she's been dominant this season.
Yeah, I mean, when you ask for an ace, I think Piper Wright is the definition of one. She has been terrific all season long for these Collingswood Panthers, and they're definitely going to need her to have one heck of a game here today against the Sterling Knights, who seem to be struggling offensively this year.
And they definitely have, Brian, but there have been a few bright spots, but we'll get to that in a second. Sterling 2-9 on the season, 0-7 in Colonial Liberty, coached by first-year head coach Jeff Abbott. Last year they were 16-8 and 11-7 in the Colonial Liberty, but they were coached by Pete Marleys. They have 3 games remaining, including today's game, and someone I want to highlight is senior Caitlin Ott. Still having an amazing season regardless to the offensive slump. She's batting .515 with a .788 slugging percentage, 17 hits and 5 RBIs with 1 home run and 1 stolen base. And Brian, exactly what you want from your veteran right there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you go to your seniors as your top girls, then Caitlin Ott is definitely going to be that one for you. I mean, overall, this team is hitting .303, which is not bad, but for the most part, they aren't scoring as many runs as they would like to. They're getting on base, but they're really just not executing. But Caitlin Ott, she's definitely the one that can help you score some runs, and that's what Sterling's going to have to do today. They're going to have to get runners on early and then hope that their players in the middle parts of the lineup can drive them in.
One thing I wanted to point out was that this team has also not been getting any walks so far. They have a team combined total walk of 5, which is just absurdly low. So all of this scoring that they've been able to do has been purely off of hitting. They've not been getting walked whatsoever.
Well, I mean, in terms of scoring, that's fine if you're getting hits, but in terms of the walking, you have to get on base and work the count, especially against a pitcher like Piper Wright. You're going to have to work into some 2-2, 3-2 counts per at bat to make her pitch count go up and kind of make her feel unsettled so you can get some 2-strike hits off of her.
Yeah, she's not going to get shooken up if she's not walking too many players, Brian.
And just taking a look at the Collingswood Panthers lineup, who will be batting first in today's matchup. The leadoff batter, the second baseman, number 13, Emma McGee. Second batter is pitcher, number 7, Piper Wright. Third is the catcher, number 22, Jill Lagerin. The fourth is the shortstop, number 1, Julia Martinson. The fifth is first baseman, number 38, Sophia Angelucci. The sixth is third baseman, number 9, Autumn Diaz. The designated hitter, number 30, Zoe Copico. The left fielder, number 23, Rory Burris. Then the center fielder at the 9, number 27, Hoover Carley. And then in right field, Kelly Adelate will be there, number 18. So we're just about getting ready to start here. I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Brian McLaren and Ben Nicholas in this beautiful, beautiful Monday afternoon. Game starting around 4 o'clock, just a little bit, 15 minutes late. And the first pitch by Michaela Polk is a ball.
Yeah, Carr's going to have to get off to a solid start here if she wants to kind of get into a groove here early.
Yeah, the junior having a bit of a rough season. 51 innings pitched with 112 hits, 89 runs allowed, 61 of them earned, 36 walks, 18 strikeouts, and an 8.32 ERA. Here's a ground out to Juliana Cruz. She throws to first, and she is called safe as the ball was dropped at first. So a runner on. Emma McGee, the first batter on for Collingswood.
A solid piece of hitting right there, but if you're either the shortstop or the third baseman, you have to charge that ball, and doing so would get them out probably a step or two earlier than they would have liked. It was a pretty much bang-bang play over there at first base, so charging that would have definitely helped.
First pitch ball to Piper Wright. Piper Wright, almost the Shohei Ohtani of this team. She has a .365 average and a .538 slugging percentage with 19 hits, 9 RBIs, 1 home run, 8 walks, and 11 stolen bases. Brian, she's dominant on both sides of that ball.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani indeed for Piper Wright.
looking to steal. Ball was overthrown, leaks into center field, but Caitlin Ott's right there for it. And Emma McGee has her first stolen base of the game. Fly out over into left, but that'll go foul.
Got it up. It's actually nice weather out today, which is unusual for me.
There's a slapper back down to the mound. Michaela Carr fields it over to first. The play is made. So that is the first out of the inning.
Solid play right there. And great pitch by Michaela Carr trying to get her in on the knuckles, and it kind of jammed her a little bit. Able to get the ground out back to the mound, and Carr able to make the nice easy throw to first.
But with that being said, Brian, runner does advance to third. So McGee's on third with Lagerin coming up. Lagerin, another highlight of this team when it comes to the hitting side, with .333 average with a .510 slugging percentage, 17 hits, 18 RBIs, 2 home runs, and 2 walks. So she's pretty powerful, but she grounds out over here. Throw to the plate, and she is easily out. A great heads-up play there from Maddie Sims, preventing a run. And an amazing tag there from Riley Hubers. That is the second out of the inning.
It's exactly what you need there if you're Michaela Carr. A soft ground ball, trying to get that pitch down and in. It'll get her to softly ground out over to third, and Sims with a nice heads-up play to get the runner at home.
Well, she almost pump faked over to first, which caused McGee to start going towards home, and then got the throw. A great tag from Riley Huber as well. Here's a ground out foul. Some great defensive play so far from the Lady Knights, which is something that they definitely had to work on. And I'm sure if you're Michaela Carr, you're happy that a run doesn't score there. So 0-1 count to Martinson. I'll be taken down low, but Lagerin was looking to steal, but she's called safe.
Was Lagerin's second stolen base this year.
That was immediately caught there from Maddie Sims, and that'll do it for the first bats for Collingswood. KK Carr with a shutout inning, and we will see you in the bottom. I need to get something started early.
Again, just got to try and work the count here as this game moves on.
Swing and a miss from Juliana Cruz. Juliana Cruz doing a really good job this season, though, batting .452 and .548 at the leadoff spot. She has 14 hits, no RBIs, 1 walk, and 1 stolen base. That's that one foul. But almost ideal what you want for your leadoff hitter to get on base and work around the base pads, Brian.
Yeah, for sure, but the fact that she has no RBIs is a little concerning. That means you're not really getting a lot of your 7, 8, 9 hitters up on the base paths.
Yeah, definitely. That's that one foul.
Very interesting to see Caitlin Ott batting second. I mean, she's easily the best hitter on the team. And because of her power, I would assume she would bat down more towards the 3 or 4 spot. Curious to see how that goes.
Ball's taken. So 1-2 count here for Juliana Cruz, the first batter that Piper Wright will have to face. Gets that one in up the hands, but it bounces foul.
Looks like it might have deflected off her helmet a little bit.
Yeah, that was
she looked like she took like a blow there.
That was a little strange. So Juliana Cruz working the count. And again, longer counts was one of our keys to the game, trying to force the pitcher to have some stress. So a 1-2 count here to Cruz. Outside, no call. So 2-2. And the leadoff batter for the Lady Knights.
That's exactly what you want there if you're a sterling offensive player. Notice that the umpire is not calling the pitches on the outside corners.
Right, winds and deals in that one. Slapped into left field, but foul. No on, no out. Winds and deals. In by the hands, grounded over to second. Second baseman makes the play, and it is out, and that is the first out of the inning. So Juliana Cruz fought, but to no avail. That will be the first out for the Lady Knights.
That's a good starting point, though, if you're this Lady Knights offense. Obviously not productive with the at-bat, but working the count a little bit, fouling some pitches off, trying to see her fastball high and in early. Overall, good thing to see here from the Knights early.
So senior center fielder Caitlin Ott coming into the box, obviously the star of this team. Catches one in by the hands, grounds it to short. Throw is made, and Caitlin is retired.
One and done.
Yep, after a long at-bat with Juliana Cruz, Piper Wright, one and done with Caitlin Ott. And this will bring up Caitlin Stevenson, the freshman second baseman.
I think I pointed this out last game, but this Sterling team in whole is a very, very young team.
Ground over to the pitcher. Piper Wright makes the casual throw in 1-2-3. She retires the side. So 0-0 going into the second. We will be right back with you after the break. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Castles. We have top of the second action here coming right to you, as it is a 0-0 game. Both pitchers doing a great job of shutting down the mound. And Ben, you mentioned something about how the Lady Knight squad is really young and really talented.
Yeah, at the end of the inning, I was talking about it. So this team, I think, is comprised of only 2, maybe 3 seniors. So the rest of the team is underclassmen. They don't have a lot of juniors, and it's a lot of sophomores. It's a lot of freshmen. It's a lot of players who are stepping up and just getting into high school. And it doesn't help that most of their senior players actually left last year, including their star pitchers, Molly Skelly.
And then they had Maggie Ralston as well. But the first batter for the Panthers is going to be Sophia Angelucci. That one's taken up high. Angelucci, a pretty good hitter for the team. She bats 189 with 264 slugging percentage, 10 hits, 11 RBIs, 1 home run, and 1 walk. As she bats one over into center field. Cruz comes back, makes the catch after waving off Stevenson. Doing a great job of the communication factor right there, as that's the first out for the Lady Knights.
Yeah, that could have very easily been an error right there. She wasn't able to let her second baseman know that she had that.
So now batting is the third baseman, number 9, Autumn Diaz. This KK Carr doing a really good job of shutting everyone down right now. She takes the pitch, strike 1. Sun dimmed down a little bit out here, just experiencing a little bit of shade.
I think the weather's finally realizing I'm out here.
As that one is grounded over to Maddie Sims, makes the throw across the diamond, and that is the second out of the game. Maddie Sims with 2 great defensive plays so far.
Yeah, making it calm, cool, and collected. That's really all you got to do. Can't really get too antsy when you're out there in the field, and just stay calm and you'll make good plays.
Yeah, softball is a much more enjoyable game when you're not freezing to death.
I agree. Copico lines that one on into centers. That'll be a base hit
Just over the head
for the Panthers.
Just over the head of the shortstop.
You can't really do anything about that. Kind of hit that into no man's land.
Yeah, that was a good bat.
Outfield playing a little closer to the, or actually, I lied. They're kind of playing in the middle, but even then, that is a hard ball to get to. As Brian said, that is hit into no man's land. And now the left fielder, Rory Boris, batting for the Panthers. And that hit was hit by Zoe Copico, the designated hitter for today's matchup.
Got to take advantage here of a 161 hitter if you're KK Carr.
That one's fouled back. A bit of a delay with the call there because we were trying to figure out who's up to bat, but we soon figured it out. And we should be back in business up here.
Kind of surprised the middle infield's not in double play depth with a runner first. And with most of the groundouts being,
Brian, I think it's 2 outs.
you still get the out at second.
Sure. Yeah, you're right. Swings and a miss. So dealing with a 2-strike count here. KK Carr does have to take advantage of the 161 hitter. So we got 2 outs here in the inning. KK Carr whips and deals. Strike 3 called. KK Carr, calm, cool, and collected as we're going to send this one to the bottom of the second. 0-0 score. And the batter for the Lady Knights will be Riley Huber.
Yeah, KK Carr has been pitching a very good game so far. Hopefully she can keep it up.
Indeed, but that is a called strike 1 against Riley Huber.
Huber hitting 276.
It's taken upstairs.
276 in 29 plate appearances.
Last time we covered softball, I think she had a home run too, Brian.
That's correct.
Yeah. That last softball game was huge for the offense.
Indeed, but that is called swing and a miss, strike 2.
It's hard to think they've been struggling after seeing that game.
Yeah, and it's also strange to think that they're struggling despite hitting 303 as a team.
That one taken outside.
But I just did the calculations. When you take out the seniors in the order, this team is hitting around 230.
Ooh.
So you kind of see where at least some of it comes from.
And that one called strike 3. Riley Huber goes down looking. That is Wright's first strikeout of the day, and that gives the Panthers their first out.
Not a bad pitch to take if you're Huber, but I mean, with 2 strikes, you really do have to try and protect, and unfortunately wasn't able to do so.
Very inside, so I do agree with you there, Brian. But Piper Wright gets her first strikeout of the day, brings up sophomore Madison Sims. Sims lines one out into center. It will droop in, and that will be the first base hit of the game for the Lady Knights. And Maddie Sims gets on board.
That was a very nice hit.
Yeah, Piper Wright really liking that inside part of the plate, trying to jam these Knights hitters, but Sims not jammed right there. Got a pitch in on her knuckles and able to shoot that one right into center field.
First pitch, first hit, as this brings up the speedy Karina Justice. Shows bunt, pops that one in the air. No one gets to it. That is Sterling's first hit of the game.
And Justice is definitely a hitter you want to have with runners on base. She's hitting 321. As you said, Dan, very, very fast. She has 7 stolen bases this year.
Shows bunt, but foul again. So has to protect here with this 0-2 count. Yeah, she does lead the team in stolen bases. And doesn't do too bad in driving the team in with only 2 RBIs, but that one taken outside.
Great pitch to take right there. And I'm really shocked. She's one of only 2 players with more than 2 stolen bases, or 2 or more stolen bases.
So that one's hit over to third base, but foul. She's one of 2 players to only have 2 walks on the season as well, Brian.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that this Knights team has struggled with, working counts and being able to walk.
She swings and strike 3 called. Really nice pitch there from Wright, as that is her second strikeout of the game.
Can't do much against the heater right there, and Piper Wright just blew it right by the bat of Justice. Great pitch for the strikeout.
That brings up the pitcher, KK Carr. Doing a great job on the mound so far. See how she can do up at the dish. That one taken outside.
If Carr can kind of fit one in between the gap of short and third, it's a pretty wide gap right there and easily get her a base hit. With the pitches inside, she's going to have to be a bit early with her swing.
That is a swing and a miss. So 1-1 count to Carr. Sims on first with 2 outs. Is that pitch taken for strike 2?
The sun has definitely decided to come back out.
And Wright doing a good job of carving up the inside and outside corners. So 1-2 count to Carr. Winds and deals. Strike 3, swings and misses. And Piper Wright dominant on the mound with 3 strikeouts that inning. Still 0-0.
Working with runners on base and Piper Wright throwing the high heat.
So we should be seeing the 9, 1, and 2 hitters coming up here as Carly Hoover fouls that one off for strike 1.
And Carr's doing a great job at getting a lot of these Collingswood hitters to hit these soft ground balls, which is helping this Sterling defense make some easy outs.
That one taken down low. Carly Hoover, the junior outfielder, is batting 9th today. She's out here in center. She bats that one over to first. A nice play there from Taylor Baker. And that's the first out of the inning. KK Carr gone through the lineup once with no runs.
Yeah, just getting this soft contact is exactly what Carr needs. Very encouraging to see once through this lineup.
So now back up to the leadoff spot is the second baseman, Emma McGee, coming up to bat. Her last at-bat was the first one of the game. She hit a base hit. That one taken down low. Down low and inside again. So 2-0 count here to McGee.
McGee hitting just 185 and 54 plate appearances, which leads the team.
That one grounded over to third, bobbles it, ultimately makes the play, and that is the second out of the inning.
Nice job by Sims to stay with it, kind of bobbled it for a moment, but she was able to stay calm, cool, and collected yet again and make the easy throw across the diamond.
I believe Sims didn't play in the first game that I was here for, actually.
I think you're correct, Ben. I think she was in North Carolina at a soccer tournament.
Multi-sport athlete.
Indeed. That one called strike run on right. Right, her last time up, grounded out. And again, one of those dominant hitters on this Collingswood team looking to get some spark in their offense. Right swings, and that one's up the middle. So a base hit for Wright, who continues her dominant season.
That was a very nicely placed hit.
Yeah, nice job by Wright. Saw a pitch, pretty much center cut, and able to shoot it right back up the middle. She hit it right where it was pitched.
And sorry, Ben, this is a part of the lineup that the Lady Knights don't really want to create traffic with because they have Wright and Logren and then Martinson coming up after Logren. So they got to be careful with what they do here. Strike called. 0-1 count, watching Wright on first. Last time Logren was at bat, she got caught she got on base on a fielder's choice. And we're taking up high. Wright attempts to steal, but does get the bag. So a runner in scoring position for Logren. Looking to make something happen with a 1-1 count. That one lined into left field. It gets down. Karina Justice throws home with a little bobble. Logren gets to second, so runner on second and third with 2 outs.
Yeah, almost a bit of trouble there for Collingswood, almost sending right to the plate.
Karina Justice, small but mighty. She definitely has an arm out there and left. And this will bring up Martinson with 2 runners in scoring position.
Martinson with 7 RBIs on the year, trying to get 8 and 9 home.
That swing over into third. Maddie Sims makes the play, and that'll get the third out of the inning. KK Carr getting out of a jam, using a little bit of peanut butter, and that'll be the end of the top of the third. So going to the bottom, 0-0. Piper Wright with 3 strikeouts in that last inning. That one in for ball 1.
But speaking of last inning, we were able to see a little bit of action. We were able to get a base hit out of the Knights offense, which is, was that the first we saw of the game in general?
Yeah, Sims at the first base hit of this ball game. I remember you saying it, Dan.
Yeah.
Don't doubt yourself, buddy.
I'm doubting myself. After that peanut butter call, but 1-1 count here. That one goes a little bit outside.
Personally, I like PB&Js.
I know you like PB&Js, but it didn't work in that moment.
I mean-
I definitely know it now.
I mean, I like the creativity.
Thank you. I try to make something happen out of nothing.
Suffering from success.
2-1 count here to Jayla Davis, but swing and a miss.
You're thinking outside the picnic basket.
I don't think I'll ever hear the end of that.
I'm the line of ants coming to steal the food.
Jayla Davis pops that one foul.
Speaking of Strauss, I was on the Senior Assassin page, and I think him and Connor Wood are in a bit of a kerfuffle right now.
Yeah, I'm voting.
Uh-oh.
I'm voting Connor Wood.
Yeah.
With that being said, a full count here to Davis. Winds and deals. Hits that one foul. Davis doing a great job of staying alive here.
Yeah, having one of the more productive bats of this game. Working a 3-2 count.
3-2, what do you do?
Who knows, Ben, but we're going to find out right here. She will strike out. Catcher's bobbles it, throws it over to first. And that is Wright's fourth strikeout of the game.
She's been getting hits. She's been stealing bases. She's been striking people out. I mean, she really is just the glue that holds this sandwich together.
Glue that holds a sandwich?
Listen, I came
No,
up.
she's the peanut butter that holds the
She's
sandwich
the peanut
together,
butter that
baby.
holds the PB&J together.
See? There we go. I made it work. Ball one taken here by the freshman first baseman, Taylor
I thought
Baker.
of the joke after I said glue, and I just
It
couldn't-
didn't mesh.
Didn't mesh.
It didn't mesh.
It happens. 2-0 here to Taylor Baker.
It wasn't appetizing.
Strike one. Looked at right down the middle.
Hey, Dan, the Phillies lineup came out.
Yay.
Schwarber and Romuto are once again not playing.
Taylor Baker swings and misses, so looking at a 2-2 count here.
And they're without Trey Turner either.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah,
without-
he'll be out for a couple weeks.
No, he's not of any use. We have Mundo Sosa. Strike three. Look down in the middle, and that is Wright's fifth of the game.
Yeah, Wright heating up here in this bottom half of the third. I mean, really can't ask for a much better pitch right there. Inside part of the plate fastball.
And that's a tough pitch to hit for Taylor Baker. As I mentioned, she's a freshman first baseman, so a little inexperienced in the high school side of things, and Wright been doing this for a long time. Juliana Cruz pops that one up. And an easy 1-2-3 inning for Wright, as we'll meet you back in the top of the fourth. 0-0 game.
So I win the cheer-off.
I believe Daniel Leakin just lost his cheer off.
I never lose. Angelucci lines that one out to right. Anderson's under it, makes the play for the first out. One pitch, one out there for KK Carr.
I told you, Dave. Never lose.
All right, Charlie Sheehan.
I love my co-announcers, everyone. Well, actually, Brian's had to deal with this for all spring sports, so it's not necessarily anything I shouldn't be used to. Is there strike one there on Autumn Diaz?
Ben, you want some Skittles, buddy?
Phantom tax. A 1-1 count here to Diaz.
No, Danny's being very greedy right now.
Let me have a couple first.
What's the difference between a Skittle now and a Skittle later?
Strike two there. Pitch well on the outside there for KK Carr. See, she's looking at a 1-2 count.
Diaz hitting .214 coming in 14 at-bats.
Grounder over to third, but foul ball. So still a 1-2 count. Carr doing a great job so far in this game, only allowing 3 hits. Winds and deals. Ball upside. 2-2 count. I don't really know what an upside is, guys. I meant to say ball upstairs, but
Well, there's an upside to every single baseball, and there's a downside, too.
Thanks, Ben. Ball 3 taken outside, so KK Carr now approaching a full count. 1 out so far in this inning. And ball taken upstairs. So Diaz doing a great job of forcing a walk there. That'll bring up Copico, who had a base hit in her last at-bat.
And so far, what I've noticed for both teams offensively seem to be mistiming their swings a little bit. Some of these Collingswood players seem to be a bit too out in front with Carr's pitches, and the opposite for Sterling. So definitely have to make some adjustments there at the dish for both sides.
Copico looks at strike 1, and as I mentioned before, she had a base hit in her last at-bat. Top of the 4th inning, 0-0 score. KK Carr with an 0-1 count to Copico. Grounds it over into KK Carr, looking for 2. Throws it to 1, but Copico gets there in time. So Copico gets on for the second time, but with a fielder's choice. And the out is made at second. 2 outs here for the Lady Knights.
Nice heads-up play by Carr to get the runner at second.
Keeps the runner out of scoring position.
Rory Burris awarded KK Carr with her first strikeout of the day, last time up at the dish. She pops that one out to right. Skylar Anderson collapsing on it, doesn't get there, and that one gets to the wall. Skylar Anderson trying to make the fielding play, doesn't get there, and Rory Burris gets to third. She gets Collingswood first run of the game. It's a 1-0 game.
Nice piece of hitting right there for Collingswood, able to get on the board first. That was roped right over the head of Skylar Anderson all the way to the wall. Kind of misjudged it on her route. That's what allowed her to get to third.
I was hopeful we were going to restart your streak, Brian. I mean...
Well, my streak's still alive for softball.
That's true.
That is true. So Carly Hoover coming up to the plate.
Yeah, if you don't know about my home run streak, it's been about 10 straight games where I've been on the call for a home run. For baseball, it just ended. Sterling did win 5-2, but only 1 total extra base hit in that game.
That one bounced back to KK Carr. Calm, cool, and collected makes the throw to first, but a run does score. 1-0 Collingswood going into the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back.
Yeah, our co-announcer Brian McLernan has decided to. Oh, he's coming back now. He was on mission to get more sour candy, and now he's looking for his wallet.
Caitlin Ott looks at strike 1.
I see money in there. He seems confused though.
All he has is another dollar.
Oh, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen. He thought he had another one.
Oh, strikeout.
Caitlin Ott grounds that one to third. Bobbled. Caitlin Ott runs it out, and she is safe at first.
A little bit of a defensive error there for Collingswood. Was able to get Caitlin Ott.
Shows bunt. That one fouled back. But if there's a time for the Lady Knights to get one here, it's now with 0 outs and a woman on first. Brian a little sad to not get his sour candy as he sulks into his chair.
Looks like he's 1 quarter short.
It's $1.50. I thought I had another dollar with me.
Sorry, Brian. Caitlin Stevenson shows bunt again. Doesn't get it down. Caitlin Ott gets back to first in time. That has the first out for right. So Riley Huber comes to the plate. Caitlin Ott on first with 1 out in this 1-0 game off of an RBI triple from Rory Burris. Brian is still
vehemently searching
for
this extra
I
dollar.
swear I had an extra dollar with. I know I did. I put it in my pocket, but I guess I dropped it or something.
So strike 1, Riley Huber. Honestly, Brian, you sound like Wiggles.
That's
How dare you?
That's a low blow.
I'm sorry.
We love you, Wiggles.
So Riley Huber looks at strike 2 and quickly down in an 0-2 count.
Wiggles is like a whole different breed.
Yeah, I know.
Wiggles is him.
He is.
Himmy Wiggs.
Don't ever put me on that pedestal.
0-2 count, and Riley Huber does not swing at that one.
Don't ever idolize Brian like that again, all right? There can only be one Johnny Wiggles in the world.
That's for sure.
No one else is going to be able to say, honey, I'm home. We can only resort to PBJ.
That one fouled back. Yeah, I guess we can only resort to PB&J. That probably is worse than oh, that was bad. Whatever. You appreciate the creativity. You have a 5. Just use the 5.
I don't want to use the 5.
Oh
I
my
need it for
gosh.
pizza on Friday.
Jeez.
Aw.
So Riley Huber with a 1-2 count. Pops that one back.
I want my pizza and soda for the trip on
just
Friday.
Use the 5.
I need it for lunch on Friday.
Just bring your own.
What trip's
I
on
want
Friday?
pizza, though.
Stockton. Mr. Stenko's second block Holocaust and Genocide Studies is taking a trip to Stockton University.
Sounds like a blast.
It is.
We get pizza. And soda.
That one taken outside. A 2-2 count here for Riley Huber.
Costs money. Maybe I can
Man.
bribe them for a maybe expired McDonald's gift card.
Try it.
No, I won't.
So
I'll
2
do
balls,
it.
2 strikes here to Riley Huber. That one fouled back again. And Huber really doing a good job of fighting this one off.
Yeah, as the game goes on, Sterling's doing a great job at working these counts, and that's exactly what we like to see. I mean, we also would like to see them result in some walks, but fouling these pitches off is still very encouraging.
Indeed it is. So it's still a 2-2 count. Winds and deals. And that one taken low. Riley Huber doing a great job at this at-bat here.
That's a great take from Huber, taking that pitch down low. Just misses the bottom part of the plate.
So count is full. With 1 out. Winds and deals. Swings and misses. A really great pitch there from Piper Wright. That is her 6th strikeout of the day.
You got to watch out for that 3-2 heater. Fastball's been her best friend today, and it works yet again for the strikeout.
So Maddie Sims up to the plate. The sophomore has the only hit of the day for the Lady Knights. Got on with a little bit of a bloop single into center. Take his pitch. Takes the first strike. So Sims looking to score out this time with 2 outs. That one taken outside.
Yeah, when you know that the fastball's coming, just got to turn your wrists just a fraction of a second earlier than normal, and that's gonna really change your swing.
Maddie Sims pops that one back, so 1-2 count. And Piper Wright doing a really good job of catching the Sterling hitters by the hands with a lot of her pitches.
Yeah, instead of kind of punching it right back up the middle, maybe you can try and pull it down the line because there's a big gap between the left fielder and the left field line.
So 1-2 count. Sims takes that one down low. So make it 2-2.
She's trying to get a strike 3 called on the bottom part of the plate. Now got to watch it high and upstairs.
And strike 3. Piper Wright still dominant with her 7th strikeout of the day. Still a 1-0 game. The ground out. She takes ball 1 down low.
Really like what I'm seeing from Michaela Carr so far today, forcing a lot of ground ball outs. Exactly what she needs against this Collingswood offense.
She takes ball 2 outside, so 2-0 count to McGee. Brian almost reminds me a little bit of Ranger Danger Suarez out there.
Yeah, for sure. In Collingswood, they only hit .244 as a team.
And that is another one for McGee, her 2nd base hit of the game. So 2 for 3 for McGee so far. And with
Try and force a double play potentially.
that one grounded over to second. Caitlin Stevenson taps the bag and gets her out, but doesn't attempt to go to first there. So first out of the inning for Michaela Carr, but Piper Wright gets on.
Little bit hesitant over there, trying to get the out at second, but Wright using her wheels to get down the line. I don't think they would have been able to turn 2 anyway.
No. I think you're right about that one, Brian. But this brings up the junior Jill Logren, who leads the team in RBIs with 18. Also has 2 home runs on the season. So definitely has the pop. As we're going to see what she does with Piper Wright on base. Swings and misses, fouls it back. Jill Logren had a fielder's choice and a double in her 2 at-bats.
Carr still forcing these ground balls, making her defense do some work out there.
And I think the defense has done a pretty good job of reacting and making the right play.
Yeah, for sure. Sims has done a great job with the hot corner today.
That one taken inside. Huber throws a bit off target, and Piper Wright has her 2nd stolen base of the game.
For Huber, she's going to have to try and get her throws a bit more on a line, maybe get it on one hop.
Because hers kind of loop.
They kind of rainbow over to second.
Correct.
More often than not.
Definitely. So KK Carr winds and deals. Logren pops that one back. So 2 strikes on Logren with a runner in scoring position. KK Carr has to be careful here, noticing who she's going against, but also has to be a little aggressive with the pitch and try and get the 2nd out. Carr winds and deals. Hit into center field. Caitlin Ott makes the casual play. Runner at 2nd is safe, and that is 2 outs for KK Carr.
Nice job by Ott to not take a step forward first. Usually as an outfielder, your first step is always back. Nice job to read it off the bat perfectly for out number 2.
So out number 2 brings up Martinson, who was 0 for 2, flied out and grounded out her first 2 at-bats. Excuse me, flown out and grounded out in her first 2 at-bats. Foul tips that one. Grants her the 1-1 count. Sun's still shining here in little Summerdale, New Jersey. I can feel it on the back of my neck, and honestly, it's very nice out right now.
A beautiful weather for some nice softball.
That one taken outside.
For as much as we talked about the weather last time, I feel like it's only fair we talk about how beautiful it is right now. I mean, I wish we had this weather last time.
We had a fair case to talk about the weather last time. It was cold, it was raining, it was not fun. Pitch taken down low. Piper Wright a little casual to get back to 2nd base, but they were pretty quick handing the ball off. Only 1 strike from Martinson. She fouls that one back. And honestly, KK Carr doing a lot better of generating some of these foul balls. I mean, I feel like there have been a bunch that have just gone back or gone too far to the right and left, and just doing a good job of a little bit of damage control. So 2 strikes to Martinson. Whips and deals. Strike 3, swings and misses, and KK Carr stays dominant for the 3rd out. We're going to take you to the bottom of the 4th. Still 1-0 Collingswood. Outfield coming in for the speedy slap hitter. Struck out in her first appearance. Looking to get the hitting started for the Lady Knights in this inning. Swings and misses for strike 1. So Lady Knights still down by 1 off of an RBI triple from Rory Burris. Scoring Kopeka. Swings and misses for strike 2. So Karina Justice quickly down 0-2 in this count. First batter at the bottom of the 5th. She takes time. Gives herself a second to collect herself and steps back into the box. She swings and misses for strike 3. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and Karina Justice is down. 1 out for the Panthers. So KK Carr up for the Lady Knights, doing a great job on the bump, only allowing 1 run. Takes ball 1 outside. Takes that one outside, but called strike 1. That one fouled back. So KK Carr approached with a 1-2 count here against Piper Wright. Piper Wright has 8 strikeouts so far in this game. That one taken outside. So 2-2 count here for the pitcher. That one taken down low. Sterling having a remotely good eye across the board, leaving some pitches down low and doing a good job of trying to generate some base runners.
Got to look for the high heat here.
Right kicks and deals. Strikeout. That is strikeout number 9 for Piper Wright. Still continuing her dominance as that's the second out for the Lady Knights.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's what they always say. So Jayla Davis coming up to bat. Struck out in her last appearance. She lines that one out over to the third base line, but third baseman drops it. So Jayla Davis looking to scrap the Lady Knights out, but takes strike 2, and again quickly approached with this 0-2 count. Right kicks and deals. And strike 3 swinging. Piper Wright with 10 strikeouts, continuing her dominance, and the Lady Knights cannot crack this code.
I mean, her command has been very strong, trying to get Knights to chase down low, but when she can't do that, she ultimately settles for the high and in fastball, and it's working, and it makes the Knights swing and miss more often than not.
KK Carr with a slow pitch down the middle to Angelucci, called strike 1. Angelucci's popped out and flown out. Her 2 plate appearances. She hits that one hard over to third, and that one will seep into left field. Fielded quickly from Karina Justice, and Angelucci is on the board, or excuse me, is on board for the Collingswood Panthers.
Yeah, first time we've really seen anyone pull the ball for either squad today. Nice job to fit it down that third base line, get it past Sims, and able to get it in the outfield grass. Great job by Justice to field it cleanly and quickly, get it in to prevent extra bases.
So Autumn Diaz now up to the plate. There's a ground out and a walk in this game, with a runner aboard for the Collingswood Panthers with no outs.
And preventing extra base hits is exactly what you got to do the few times there has been an extra base hit. It's worked in scoring some runs here today. I mean, there's only been one that's come across the plate, but it came off of a triple.
Shows bunt. That one thrown over to second. Seeps into center field, but again, Caitlin not doing a good job of backing that one up. So Diaz showed bunt.
And a nice job by Diaz to pull the bunt back at the perfect time to where it caused Huber to slightly hesitate with that throw over to second. And it kind of allowed that throw to seep into center field.
High IQ there. High IQ play there from Autumn Diaz. She swings, lines that one up towards the pitcher. Cruz throws to first, but she was off the bag. So Diaz gets on with no outs, and it brings up Copico.
First time Carr has had to deal with multiple base runners on. And with nobody out, this is a prime chance for Collingswood to add on to their advantage.
So Copico has had a base hit and a fielder's choice in this game, with a runner in scoring position and a runner on first, looking to add on to this 1-0 lead. Shows bunt, pulls back, and a 2-0 count Tuco Pico, the runner on first and second.
Like what he's trying to do here, trying to get a soft ground ball, just trying to advance both the runners as a sacrifice.
Hits that one over to first. Had some trouble, but does get the out. But the runners do advance to second and third with only one out.
And does the job. I mean, maybe not exactly what she was trying to do, but nevertheless, it still puts two runners in scoring position with an out. So
The now approaches the left fielder, number 23, Rory Burris. Had the triple to take the lead for the Collingswood Panthers, looking to do the same thing here again.
exactly who you want at the plate if you're Collingswood.
Burris takes strike one. Yeah, struggling a little bit on the season, like Brian mentioned earlier, but came in the clutch for Collingswood when they needed her most. Looking to see if she can do the same here again. And strike two, way early with the swing, as KK Carr quickly gets her 0-2 count.
Beautiful pitch from Carr. Got her with a bit of off speed, allowed her to get out in front with that swing. Now puts her behind 0-2.
So Burris, 0-2 count with one out. KK Carr gets her foul back. And Brian, you're right, this has been one of the first times for almost either team where there's been runners, multiple runners on base. So we're going to see how KK Carr does here with damage control.
Collingswood has stranded multiple runners in scoring position today, so they're looking to capitalize here.
Burris takes that one outside. Good chase pitch there from KK Carr, makes it a 1-2 count. So still a 1-0 game, Collingswood. One out, 1-2 count to Burris. KK Carr, here's the pitch. Hits Burris. So Burris will be awarded first base. Bringing up in this airtight game. KK Carr with the pitch. That one down in the dirt.
Carr can't be afraid to allow some contact here. She's allowed some soft ground balls already, as I said. If she can do so here, her defense can do the work.
Ball taken outside. And I think, I mean, Brian, if you're KK Carr, you're going against the 9-hitter, you got to test her a little bit more inside the zone.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you obviously plunked the last batter trying to pitch inside. Can't be afraid to do so again at this at-bat.
Strike one. Great pitch there from KK Carr, and I think she heard you, Brian, right back to the inside.
Yeah, got to bounce back in this at-bat. Still down on the count, 2-1. Got to have a good quality pitch right here. Try and even it up.
That one hooks foul. So KK Carr, ready to pitch. She deals. That one down low. She's approached with this full count. With the bases full as well. Pitches and deals. That one popped up into right field. Anderson making the play. She goes and she throws four. Riley Huber, oh, and she stops on her way to home. Passes it to Sims, and now she's in a rundown. And they get the tag. The Lady Knights defense doing a great job of keeping this game. I think that was already 3 outs, but I think they're a little confused here.
Yeah.
So there was no need for that, but KK Carr gets out of the jam, keeps it a 1-0 game. We'll see in the bottom of the 6th. So the bottom of the 6th here, the Lady Knights bats do need to wake up a little bit with the 9, 1, and 2 hitters coming up. But let's talk a little bit about that double play. What a throw from Skylar Anderson.
I mean, that's easily one of the best double plays you'll see the Knights turn all season. It wasn't a horribly hit ball. Anderson able to make the catch, a perfect throw to the bag, or excuse me, to the plate, and Huber able to make a nice tag to get the double play. But personally, I don't know why you send the runner there. It was a bit of a shallow hit. It wasn't horrible, but I think a bit too shallow to really test the arm of Anderson, who's a very good defensive outfielder.
Baker shows bunt with a really nice bunt towards first, and she is safe. An amazing bunt there from Taylor Baker. And a runner gets on to start off this inning with no outs.
Amazing way to start up your offense.
Yeah, exactly. Able to hit it the opposite way.
That was impressive.
Able to use the speed to the advantage, and now that'll bring up the top of the order.
And I apologize, everyone. I got a little jumbled up during that rundown. This is my first play-by-play game for softball or baseball.
You're doing a great job, Dan.
I had no clue what was going on there for a second. I thought it was 3 outs already, and it was, and they kept going, and I was like, all right. But nevertheless, here comes Juliana Cruz. Also shows bunt, but pops that one up. Baker has to quickly get back to second. Or, excuse me, has to get back to first. So Caitlin Ott going against Piper Wright. Ott shows bunt, bunts it down towards the pitcher, and gets out at first, but moves Taylor Baker into scoring position with Caitlin Stevenson coming up.
I like how the Knights are trying to emphasize the bunt a little bit, but now you have 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Not able to execute on your first.
And Caitlin Stevenson, definitely one of the more inexperienced batters on this Lady Knights team, and definitely isn't a pop hitter like Caitlin Ott is. So,
very interesting approach right there from the Knights offensively.
And here's a ground out over to short. Caitlin Stevenson trying to run it out. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. So a leadoff runner quickly wasted for the Lady Knights, as now they're going to have to play some defense. It's still a 1-0. So top of the 7th action here for the Lady Knights, still fighting back from this 1-0 deficit, as KK Card got them out of a huge jam at the end of that, at the end of the 6th, but a quickly wasted inning for the Lady Knights at the bat. So KK Card is back wheeling and dealing, and there's a strike 1.
I think only a 4-pitch half inning for this Knights offense. That's exactly what you don't need, especially with Carr having a great inning getting out of a huge jam. And forcing her to go right back out to the mound after that, not really the best approach offensively.
And not only that, Brian, forcing her to go back on the mound going against the 1, 2, and 3 hitter, which is Emma McGee, Piper Wright, and Jill Logren. Emma McGee being 2 for 3 in this matchup so far with 2 base hits. Obviously looking to capitalize on another. She grounds this one over to Sims. Sims corrals, throws, and out. A really nice play there from Maddie Sims, who's done great over at third base today. That's the 1st out of the game.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with what she's done at the hot corner today for the Lady Knights. I mean, she's not getting very many hard hit balls her way, but when she does get a ground ball her way, she's staying calm, she's staying controlled, and she makes nice, easy throws to first. Very good defensive infielder for this Sterling squad.
So now comes Piper Wright. She takes ball 1 upside, or did it again. Takes ball 1 upstairs.
It happens.
Again, there's an upside to every single ball.
It's one of those days, man.
I get you.
As this one is lined out to center. Caitlin Ott going back on it, hits the wall. Caitlin Ott quickly has to throw this one back in as Wright approaches second. Piper Wright is aboard with a double.
Absolutely hammered that ball.
First extra base hit of the game for Wright, and that was a beauty.
Yeah.
She adds to her portfolio of what she's done today.
Yep, she's had 2 hits so far, or 2 hits in this game, including that one. And this brings up Jill Logren, who has 1.
Ball was hammered out of there.
That one was hit on a rope, but Logren swings at strike 1.
Yeah, nice job by Piper Wright to rope it over the center fielder Caitlin Ott's head. And a very much needed extra base hit for this Collingswood offense, who hasn't had a lot of them today.
I'd give more credit to Sterling defense more than anything.
As Logren hits that one into Wright, Caitlin Ott cuts it off in time, but Wright is going to score, and Logren tallies her 19th RBI of the season, making this a 2-0 game.
That is a huge top of the 7th inning run for this Collingswood squad, adding to their advantage. And your leading RBI hitter for Collingswood getting it done, that makes it even better.
And KK Carr, again, having an amazing game, but when it came down to this inning, Collingswood batters figured it out. Is now approaches Juliana Martinson. So 0 for 3 in this game with 1 out and a runner on first. Runner goes for second. She's there in time.
And that's easily the best throw I've seen today from Riley Huber behind the plate. Very, very close. I kind of thought she was out at first, but I guess she got her right foot in there.
The junior pinch runner Liz Marie Rodriguez getting in there in time.
If we had replay abilities, I would definitely want to take a look at that.
Yeah, I wish we did, but unfortunately we're not hooked up to the truck. Shows bunt, pulls back, called strike.
Yeah, the truck is currently serving TriCaster duties for the school due to the mishap that happened earlier in the month with our TVC TriCaster passing away. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
It's a shame. I did want to get a truck game in before the end of the season, but...
And Martinson lines this one into left. Karina Justice quickly throws it to third. It seems like the Panthers are starting to crack the code with 1 out, a runner on first and third.
Yeah, but a nice job by Justice to get that one in quickly, and that could have been very dangerous. Could have been another RBI for Collingswood in this inning, and that's exactly what Carr definitely didn't need. But a nice job again by Justice to field the ground ball quickly, get it over to third, and keep the runners at the corners.
So now brings up Angelucci, who's 1 for 3 in this game, has 11 RBIs on the season, looking to tally some more. Shows bunt. Pulls back, called strike, but Martinson steals second.
Looks to be on a defensive indifference there.
So KK Carr gets the strike 2, and Angelucci is facing an 0-2 count.
She has 2 runners in scoring position now. Prime chance for Collingswood to really add on here.
And strike 3, swings and misses, and KK Carr, staying calm, cool, and collected, gets the second out.
A huge strikeout for Michaela Carr, exactly what she needed. Still 2 runners in scoring position, but she's got 2 outs now, so.
Yeah, now approaching Autumn Diaz, who is 1 for 2 with a walk in this matchup. Swings and misses at the first pitch. This KK Carr's second strikeout of the game, and it couldn't have come in a more important time with this game being airtight. 2-0 Collingswood. So an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 called. So Autumn Diaz again quickly falls down to this 0-2 monster. And KK Carr looking again to get out of another jam. KK Carr, here's the pitch. That one popped out over to second. Caitlin Stevenson bobbles it, and the run will score. So Collingswood gets a third on an error over at second, make it 3-0.
That is very frustrating there for the Lady Knights, having 2 outs, a blooper over to second, not able to make the play, and allowing that run to score. That's a huge run for Collingswood.
And Collingswood getting some insurance with an unfortunate error by Caitlin Stevenson. As a stealer, Autumn Diaz goes towards second, gets the bag safely.
Another bag stolen on defensive indifference.
So 2 outs, Copico up with a 1-0 count. Sterling down by 3. She swings, bounces it over to short. Juliana Cruz collects, makes the play, and that'll end the inning. So 2 go on for the Collingswood Panthers. Sterling has some work to do in the bottom of the second. It's a 3-0 game. Nevertheless, the Lady Knights do have some work to do with their 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up. Riley Huber, Maddie Sims, and Karina Justice.
Dan did just learn how to count to 70 our day, so he's trying his best out here.
All right. So Wright doing a great job in this game with 10 total strikeouts. Looking to tally some more here, but the Lady Knights trying to crawl back in this one.
Piper Wright with a chance for a complete game shutout.
As Riley Huber takes strike 1.
Maybe the announcer's drink will work in our favor.
Yeah, normally it doesn't. Normally it's in the result of me. So let's hope Brian has the opposite effect. As Riley Huber stretches and fouls that one off.
I mean, no matter what happens here, I'm very impressed with the outing today from Michaela Carr. Really commanded her pitches very well. Didn't get many strikeouts, but got out of plenty of jams. Obviously wasn't able to get out of one in the 7th inning, but only allowing 2 or 3 hits with runners in scoring position here today.
The Sterling defense was impeccable for the most part. Just a few errors here and there that.
Riley Huber lines that one up to center. Gets over the head of the center fielder, and Riley Huber is storming towards second and goes to third. And she will be in there safely, and that is a leadoff triple, exactly what the Lady Knights lead.
Exactly what they need right there. Extra base hits, their first of the game, and it couldn't have come at a better time. A bit of a misplayed ball out here in the outfield. It allows her to get to third. A runner in scoring position with nobody out, and the Knights really need this run to score here to start off a hopeful comeback here in the 7th.
Yeah. Carly Hoover got a bit of a bad read on that one. Went right over her head. So a leadoff triple for Riley Huber as Madison Sims swings at the first one.
Not a bad swing there from Sims.
It's been that kind of broadcast.
It has. Oof.
That one taken outside for ball 1. Brian, I think we'll definitely return to our natural color and play-by-play positions after this one.
Without a doubt.
I'm glad I got a game under my belt.
And
for
I'll
next
stick
year.
to cameraman.
I'm glad I got a game under my belt for next year, but I will let you ride the rest of the season out with this one. But a 2-1 count to Sims, runner on third, no outs.
Sims really just has to put the ball in play here.
And that one taken inside. So a 2-2 count to Sims here with Justice on deck and Michaela Carr in the hole.
Tough pitch to take right there. Great pitch from Piper Wright, finding that inside part of the strike zone. Kind of jamming Sims a little bit.
And that one popped up over to second base. Making the play there is McGee, and there's the first out of the 7th. So this will bring up Karina Justice. Struck out swinging twice so far in this game. Looking to score. Riley Huber sits at third.
Justice with a rare chance for an RBI.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She only has 2 this year. Could be a big third one at this at bat.
Justice shows bunt, pops it back to the catcher, but dropped by Lodgerin. 0-1 count. But Brian, again, she has struck out twice, so in order to get that RBI, she has to put it in play. So an 0-1 count here to Justice. Kicks and deals. Bunt shown. Fouled back to the catcher again. Quickly approach with an 0-2 count. So an 0-2 count here for Justice. She steps in, slaps it, and it gets her in the hand. And that definitely hurt a little bit. She is over on first.
I think the umps are trying to convene if she swung. Because I heard I heard the home plate umpire said it clearly hit her. But I think they're trying to find out if she swung, and she did. They're calling her out.
So she is out over on first. As athletic trainer Sean Klink goes over to check her out. Jeff
I don't think she swung.
Jeff
In my opinion, I don't think she swung.
So I think my thing is I heard like a little dink, and what I'm thinking is it hit the end of her bat along with her hand, and maybe that's what they're calling because that's still definitely a fair ball if it hits the bag.
But she still got to the bag before the ball got there. She should be safe. I don't know if I like that call.
But nevertheless, Karina Justice is out, and Sterling quickly approached with a 2-out bat here with Michaela Carr coming up to the plate.
I think what they're saying is it hit her bat
Okay, so that's what I was thinking.
before it hit her hand, and I guess the ball was fair, and then I guess the ball beat her out. I didn't think the ball beat her out at first, but
So KK Carr takes strike one. Sterling, 2-out runner on third in this bottom of the 7th inning, down by 3. Take ball 1.
hopefully Karina Justice is okay. Looks to be getting treated by Sean Clank.
Strike 2 swinging there from KK Carr. So Piper Wright down to her last strike here in this one with a 1-2 count. Sterling down by 3. The windup and the pitch. Strike 3 called, and Piper Wright with a dominant 11 strikeout performance gives Collingswood the win 3-0.
Couldn't ask for a better pitching performance for Collingswood here. Piper Wright, a complete game shutout. And the Knights stranding a leadoff triple on base. A solid outing from Michaela Carr, but the 2 runs in the later part of this game kind of made it out of reach for Sterling. But Piper Wright really dominant here today. 11 strikeouts, a complete game shutout. Holding the Knights to, I think, 3 hits in total.
Correct.
Couldn't ask for a better pitching performance.
So Piper Wright dominates, and that'll be the real story of the game. Sterling falls to the Collingswood Panthers 3-0 in this one. Having an amazing night, everyone. And as always, go Knights.
Good nights.